And
will make learning English an obligation for permanent visa holders, not an...
There we go. Got to speak English in an English-speaking country. It's funny saying that. It's like this propaganda has been so big about wanting people to come to be Australian and speak English. Now, that's probably got some pink-haired, septum-piercing person watching this video tearing their hair out because I'm a racist extremist saying that. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, huge news, the Liberal Party has just boosted a massive campaign against mass immigration, wanting to deport apparently tens of thousands of people as well. So let's see this, let's see what they're saying. It's nearly like they went against One Nation non-stop, tried to attack them, and then when they lost the South Australian election, they realised that normal common sense Aussies and people that have immigrated here to be Australian don't want people coming in that don't want to be Australian and have Australian values. And also, why bring in 500,000 people when we don't even have houses as it is? It doesn't make any sense, but that's the Labor logic, and that's what the Uni Party tried to push. But now they've lost the South Australian election to One Nation, and all of a sudden, we've got to crack down on immigration. It's working for One Nation. Let's copy. Is it copying, or is it a real view the Liberal Party have? Comment down below if you think they're just backflipping and commenting this because they're like, oh no, we're losing all our supporters because we tried to go too left-wing. Now we're going to try and pretend we're right-wing. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know your opinion. But let's see what Angus Taylor, the leader of the Liberal Party, is really saying about immigration and his real stance now on it.
looking for a policy fight on immigration.
Labor's also opened up the migration floodgates.
The opposition leader says he would enshrine Australian values as a universal visa condition, make non-citizens wait longer for social security help.
That isn't obvious. Isn't it funny that the Labor government have pushed this propaganda and these left-wing woke people that is racist to want people to come here that want to be Australian and shouldn't just go straight on benefits? That's like the most common sense thing ever. But Labor have been importing people that Albo out there says this is the new Australian multiculturalism. You got to accept that culture and change for them. That's what he's been pushing this whole time, and it hasn't been working. It's been destroying our country. We've always had great immigrants that come here for a better life. Instead, the Labor Party has been pushing this new thing where people come here, they go straight on benefits, go straight on the NDIS, all this bullshit, and then it gives Labor votes so they don't give a shit. But it destroys the Australian people. It's a complete... it's worse than you could think. It's so bad here. If you're watching from overseas, you're probably having it in all your countries as well. It is not working. But it's just common sense. Yeah, you should not come to a country and then go straight on Centrelink and welfare. Obviously, why would you come?
And
will make learning English an obligation for permanent visa holders, not an...
There we go. Got to speak English in an English-speaking country. It's funny saying that. It's like this propaganda has been so big about wanting people to come to be Australian and speak English. Now, that's probably got some pink-haired, septum-piercing person watching this video tearing their hair out because I'm a racist extremist saying that. But it's just common sense. This is an English-speaking country. If you want to be part of it, you should contribute, not go on welfare, have the same values, and speak English. Shocker. It's not racist to say, no matter how brainwashed you are, to hear that.
option.
Also, protection claims from a list of safe countries would be quickly refused and temporary protection visas brought back.
Finally, someone's saying it. Certain countries cannot come in because there's too many radicals there. How could you know which one's a radical extremist or not? Common sense, put your people first. Why would you want people from there anyway?
Taylor channeling his special guest John Howard's signature moment on migration.
We will decide who comes to this country and the circumstances in which they come.
We'll decide who deserves protection and the circumstances in which that protection is granted.
And the coalition would screen applicants' social media and create a new enhanced screening centre.
They're going to screen their social media now.
Minister Tony Burke calls the Taylor speech a diatribe, meant to send a vibe to One Nation supporters. Others agree.
But it was hate.
I mean, Tony Burke is not lying there. He's obviously trying to get One Nation supporters back to the Liberal Party. But why would you vote for them when One Nation actually sticks by their values and have proven that? Like Pauline Hanson has proven that. And then you've got the Liberal Party over here that's been flip-flopping non-stop and being a part of the Uni Party, voting against our freedom of speech, all that. Just look at my last video on Jess Wilson, the leader of the Liberal Party for the running Premier here in Victoria. Not the type of speech like this. Very against this, very left-wing Labor type of speech, actually.
Full and divisive, and it's a dog whistle to One Nation vote.
It's divisive to want people here to be similar culture and join in to be Australian and speak English. It's so divisive. The only thing they're bringing people in that don't want to be Australian, that don't want to contribute and just go on welfare and want to speak English and have the same culture as Australia and join Australian culture, have a better life, that is not divisive. You saying it's divisive is saying that people coming here create a different class. That's divisive. They have to keep their culture. Why are they trying to get away from it then? They can stay over there.
Among views from migration experts, one says it dumbs down concerns.
I think it does.
And the government already has powers to do most of what the coalition is suggesting.
Many people will remember Novak Djokovic getting his visa cancelled. That was a function of the godlike powers the immigration minister has.
What they are doing.
No, you don't understand. Albo told us he can't even stop ISIS brides coming into Australia. Albo said, well, they've got visas, we can't stop them. They've got passports. We can't stop ISIS brides. Never forget, Anthony Albanese's out here saying we couldn't stop ISIS brides coming into the country. Never forget that.
Is symbolically talking tough.
Tim Lester, 7 News.
So, it all sounds good, doesn't it? Of course it sounds good. You want people to come here to be Australian and assimilate and join in on the culture, not be on a welfare system and speak English. It's not crazy to say that. It's funny now that that's just an extreme right-wing take in any country. But like I said, I think it's performative. It's all performative because this was not what they tried to do before the South Australian election. They've been trying to come out here as the Uni Party and it hasn't worked. So now they're trying to copy One Nation. Funny, when a lot of One Nation policies leak, all of a sudden they're trying to crack down on immigration. Really funny that. Really funny. So let's see what he's posting here.
From my first day as leader, I set 2 core priorities: to restore Australians' standard of living and to protect our way of life. Immigration numbers are too high.
Of course.
And consequently, Australians can see the country they love changing for the worse. For Labor, all immigration is good immigration.
That's
but
not wrong.
that is simply not true. But today, we're proudly going to put Australian values at the heart of immigration policy.
It's about time. But Angus, it's too late. One Nation has been pushing this for ages. The Liberal Party have had every chance to this, yet they vote against our speech. They don't address the real issues. It's bittersweet. But you know some woke reporters will not be happy about this type of rhetoric.
It is a privilege, not a right, to live in this country. And if you share our values, stay. Australians overwhelmingly welcome migrants. We're a country built off the back of migrants. But if you don't share our values, you don't work hard, you don't contribute, then see you later.
Yeah, but who's going to jump on their social media to check their core values, which is one of the proposals?
You know, why shouldn't we sign a value statement if you come to our country?
You know, that would get rid of so many radicals. Do you accept Australian values and respect women? That will get rid of half the fucking people Labor let in.
Nation is full of people that contribute, love our country. And if you don't share those values, then you shouldn't be there. And I support Angus on that. But a fair but firm system is what we're asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think he's onto something.
We'll hear more details today. Kelly, Sam, thank you both so much for joining me this morning.
You know, that reporter did not like that. Oh, but who's actually going to check these people? You're going to check them? Make sure they're not posting ISIS videos on their social media? You're really going to check that? Of course we should be. We should know who's coming into our country. I know it's hard when Albo lets in thousands a day, but we need to know who's coming in our country. We can't just open the floodgates because look what's happening. Look what is happening. But anyway, comment down below what you think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, join to be a member to show some extra support. It means a lot to me. Or buy me a coffee in the description to help boost this content. It means so much to me to help me get this content out there. But like I said, try to copy One Nation. Bittersweet. Too late. I'm voting One Nation. Who are you voting for?